We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free.
Hey, ENORTAP is free. Welcome back to another warm-up show. It's Monday, January 24, 5 o'clock Eastern Time. We are back in ENORTAP and conferences directly from the chilly Sunshine State. Only 65 Fahrenheit in the Sunshine State. We are complaining. Just kidding. We are happy in Florida. Thanks everybody to join us Monday again, January 24. It's another warm-up show. Welcome back, Mr. ENORTAP. You look like Rocky. Feel great. You feel like full. You're ready to rock and roll. You're ready to attack. You're ready to box someone today. Who knows what you're ready? But it's going to be the thunder of Danny T tonight. We're going to see what's happening with him. I'm sure he's going to bother everybody because Montreal played tonight in Minnesota. But Montreal surprised them because they got 1 point against Colorado. And the Vegas Golden Knights, the last two games. Welcome back, everybody. First of all, we want to ask you, please, don't forget to subscribe and also click on the likes. That'd be awesome if you can do that. Click and enjoy. And of course, we have Mr. ENORTAP. Let's start everything. We have some result to talk about. First of all, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Some of them play, but Friday night, we have a couple, and we have to give credit for Mr. Yamu Vartanen. He got a 7-1 with a right score. Not that one, so this is the boo for Danny. This is the right one. 7-1 with a 1 right score. ENORTAP coach Steve G, Michael Robinstein, Ron King 20, and Ross Stumbington, Pierre Martin, Rich Mullen have a 6-2. Jose Duarte, John Grega, Bud the Monkey, Luke Kelly, and Danny T, 5-3. At the end, Mr. Roger L. We don't talk about this. You can see by yourself. Finally, Saturday, we have Kelly, ENORTAP, Ron King 20, and with 8-3. And I have 7-4, me and Richard Mullen. Sunday, Coach, ENORTAP, Ron King 20, and Richard Mullen, we are the 4. We want to sharing all together. We don't want nobody win. We have 3-2. I could be wrong, right score, ENORTAP. I did not know if you have 2 or 1. Yeah, that's why I was not sure. So it's not because I didn't want to put it. I was not sure. Yamo and coach have one right, I believe. And that's what happening. Not many got one during the weekend in our tap. What so many games. So congratulations for the winner. Congratulations, everybody. And the good news, guy, if you didn't win, but you have another chance, we do it again tonight. I believe in our tap could be around 7 games tonight in NHL. So we're going to go through this. Of course, we are back live streaming the play-by-play with Hockey Coach Guru. Coach Frenchie tonight at 8 o'clock. Montreal are the last game on the road trip of 5 games. They are 1-1-2 so far. They are in Minnesota. Again, the Wild, they are 13-3-1 at home. Another team like Florida, Colorado does not win, does not lose at home. Really a great team at home. So we'll be interested to see how Montreal can do. What Caden Primo can do it again. Of course, they are out with Jonathan Drouin. A lot of things to talk about. We can talk a little bit later. But welcome back, everybody. Kevin, TB, Christian, and Caden back in the house from Toronto Maple Leafs. From Finland, Mr. Yamo Virtanen Sadu.
Welcome here.
From New York, Mr. Jose Duarte in the house. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully your health is getting better. And hopefully Montreal win tonight. It will be happy for us. That's what I can tell you right now. You know,
sure?
You never know what could have been. Talking about Jose and Alta, we have to take a break here. But you do not know, but in 1973, I believe, it does not going to work anyway. I don't get it. So I apologize for that mistake over there. I thought I'm going to show something, Mr. ENORTAP. I have no clue where are they. So it's not a good news about that. I'll have to check if I have somewhere else. And no, I have a picture for you tomorrow about Jose, but I cannot see it right now. So we apologize for the mistake.
Maybe later.
I have to come back. What about Danny? The only mistake about Danny is when he go fishing, he's scared of fish. And with his Toronto jersey, the AM34, and he got beat by the Montreal Canadiens brother, Roger, last weekend. Welcome back, Mr. Danny T in the house.
Welcome, Danny. He got you good. He got you good, Danny.
Exactly. Also, let's go to Abdi with second last place. Here we go. They all love this. What about Mr. Rajan, Richard Mullen? Welcome back in the house, Richard. I'm going to have something for about Richard also, Mr. ENORTAP. You're going to be surprised when I'm going to tell you about Richard, but a little bit later. What about Steve G, the Colorado Avalanche #1 fans in the chat and the Hockey Nation Live show? Welcome back about this. Let's not win the lottery. I'm going to say go Abs lottery, go low, everything like that. And, you know, they talk each other. Yamo got a score, Mr. ENORTAP. 4-0. The Islanders, they beat Saturday. By the way, that's rare. Someone pick a score like 4-0 or 6-1 or 7-1 and someone got it. It's take a lot of guts, and they did that. Ron King said, I won 9-2 at Saturday. It's possible. Because Saturday I did this by my head, not by the on the computer. So I thought maybe one team about that one. I think it was 8-3 because you took San Jose, and then I make a mistake about that one there. So that's maybe what I could be, but it's not a matter. You have 9-3, so yeah, you won Saturday. What about that's Nicolas awesome. De Goubi-Bono from Sherbrooke, dans la région de Sherbrooke?
Welcome, Nicholas.
The master of hockey is back in the house, Mr. ENORTAP tonight. Welcome back, Mr. Master. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. 15 people, 12 likes only.
Hey, Mark.
If you don't get all the likes, Danny or ENORTAP is going to hit you. Just kidding. T'as pas fait de live ce week-end? Non, Nicolas, j'ai arbitré au collège en fin de semaine. What about Mr. Roger Delaney? He's in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. Roger, welcome back.
Hello, Roger.
What about RJ? RJ collaborateur, the insider, the all the update. He's back with the house. One thing where I didn't pay attention, but now I'm just looking. Yeah, no game at 10 o'clock. Finally, we can go to bed earlier. So, RJ, thanks to join us, and thanks to all the update you do about that one over there. Oh!
You are awesome.
We did not see her this morning, but we saw her at 5 o'clock. Miss Kelly and the house. Welcome back, Miss Kelly. Mr. is on the house also. We're doing well here. What about, come on down, Mr. Johnny Golden.
Here's Johnny.
Oh, Mike Zach from the West Canadiens said you're going to get some snow.
It's here already. It's been snowing for
Really?
the last couple of hours. Yep.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We got it Tuesday here. You have to Snowville after the show. You have to pick up all the all the snow at the bottom.
I have to go shovel now.
About that one over there. Montreal is gonna win today. When the car are flying. Are you surprised? Maybe they will start flying tonight. Who knows? You never know. Coach, very touching show early. Coach, was really good about the Clark Gillies. Again, a lot of great news about. I got a lot of good comments about people today, all day long about him. Roger said 4-3 abs. Kelly, Kevin Oates, here we go. They have like the blue camp, the blue camp clamped all together about that one over there. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Mr. Jose. And welcome, Mr. Master, to like and subscribe. That's a great thing about that. Alors, arbitré, donner des bonnes punitions. Très, très bonne, Nicolas. Très bonne. J'ai même mis un entraîneur dehors de la partie, qui est un ancien joueur de la Ligue nationale. By the way, ENORTAP, I met Eric Perrin. Do you remember him? Perrin played for Atlanta Thrasher.
Yes. Yeah.
I met him. He's not big at all. Like, he's maybe 1 inch bigger than me, or 2 max.
Yeah, I think he's about 5'10", right?
Oh, no.
No?
No, 5'8". He's a little bit.
5'8". Oh,
he's about Martin St. Louis.
Okay.
It's crazy about that one over there. RJ says no about that. Mr. Resico back in the house.
Welcome, Campton.
Masters, who is playing Minnesota tonight? Danny 3-2 abs. Mr. Ross Stubbington in the house.
Hello, Ross. Welcome. Our Boston Bruin fan.
I want to make an apologize because, I think he's there. I took his name. I thought I missed his name, but his name is right there at the bottom. So I'm happy I did not make a mistake. I missed too many. Correct, ancien coach. Ouais, j'ai pas de problème avec ça, mon Nicolas. Quand ils sont pas d'accord, moi, j'y donne des leçons. Coach, do you think Toffoli keep point straight going?
I think so. Toffoli's he's very streaky kind of player, and he's had some rest while he was off, and that line seems to be flying right now. So yeah, I could see him continuing a streak.
That's awesome to hear that, Mr. ENORTAP. What about it's time for the face-off open game with Mr. ENORTAP. What you pay attention for the last 24, 48, or 72 hours, because that's Monday today. What you, Mr. ENORTAP, pay really your attention on the weekend. It's 5:15, right? I'm at the dots today. I'm pretty good about that one over there. So that's great to see this. Before we start, first of all, Kevin is back, but what about Eagle Frank? Eagle Frank, the man of the men, back in the house.
Mr. Tampa Bay himself. Welcome, Eagle. Well, Coach, first of all, I got to say, the thing that stood out the most is we missed you this weekend.
Very kind from you. Thank you so much.
A live broadcast and sharing a game or two together, but we know that you're a busy person doing a lot of things and juggling many things. So I'm glad we're back on today, and I know a lot of people in the chat agree with me on that note. So
Thank you.
in terms, you're quite welcome. In terms of the weekend, there were a lot of good games this weekend. I'm just going to pinpoint a couple of very quick ones. Number one, on Saturday, the Montreal Colorado game. I mean, we were all expecting a bit of a blowout there, but it was amazing. Primo came in, held the fort. We saw that the top line for Montreal was clicking again defensively, even though mistakes were being made. We saw our youth playing a lot better. So it was good to see that we could earn another point there. The other big surprise for me was the Carolina-New Jersey game. It just goes to show that, if you're not careful on any given night, any team can beat any other team if they're prepared and you're not. So that 7-4 game was a bit of a surprise. And of course, to close off the evening, the Battle of Alberta there. What a game between Edmonton and Calgary. I really thought, Calgary had it in control most of the game. They had the 2-0 lead. I thought they outplayed Edmonton in the third. But, Edmonton capitalized, and a couple things really stood out there. One was Koskinen came up with some big saves, after all the criticism that he's been receiving. And also Draisaitl. I think he had 4 points that night. He just kind of took the team on his back and went on and guaranteed and ensured that victory for them. And then finally on Sunday, I didn't expect it, but here we go again. Seattle with a huge victory over Florida by a score, I think it was 5-3 in the empty net. You got to be ready in this league. If you're not ready on any given night, these teams will come out and they will take advantage.
Yeah, I agree with you about that one there. For me, it was really the game between Minnesota, between the Pittsburgh and the Winnipeg Jet. Alibak against Jarry was a master of the goalie. Listen, or was unbelievable what they offer on the table, the both sides, and I'm really impressed by the Minnesota, the Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh doing an amazing, great weekend again. They consist to win. The way they play is unbelievable, and they are legit. If they can add one more defenseman over there, and maybe someone at the bottom, that would be interesting to see how they can do. The second thing, because I did not do what, it's not true. I watched the third period of Colorado when I came back home, maybe 16 minutes, everything like that. Then I watched the OT, everything like that. And I didn't want to jump on that. I feel like missing the two periods to do a post game was not good enough to do that. So anyway, short story is about Montreal. They did well for the last 3 games. Honestly, the goaltender make a big impact, make difference. But also the Toffoli make people around them better. You can see Suzuki took advantage of him. He got 5-6 points since he's back now. Toffoli with Suzuki, and you can see the duo on PK is doing very well. So a little bit better for the Montreal Canadiens. The goaltender, the problem with Montreal, they give too many shots, and you're going to pay the price at some point. Lucky to get 1 point, but you cannot run a season with an average of 48, 45 shots per game. It's going to get paid by it at some point. And then the trade rumor around the league. That's about the Montreal Canadiens, the Toffoli, the Lekonen now, the Drouin also part of the trade. Chariot, that would be interesting what could happen. If I have one phone call to get for John with Ken Hughes, I would tell him, do not trade Lekonen. That would be the only one about that one over there. Pretty interesting what the people was talking about Lekonen. Now we can see couple of analytic people on the media start to talking about Lekonen, try to prove some number, some point. Yeah. Many of them consider him like Blake Coleman. not the offensive side, but everything around what Coleman bring on the table, he does it. And matter of fact, like Coleman, Lekonen is better to Coleman on the analytic number on every categories. Other the fact Coleman beat him on the goal. So what they expect is this part. Lekonen could get a 15-20 goal and he can consistently. So is our three team begging Montreal Canadiens to get Lekonen at that moment. And if I was Montreal, I would be careful about that one there. They maybe let a young man where is maybe 1 or 2 years to become what we expect him, a 15-20 goal and one of the best play defensive from Montreal Canadiens. It's very special on special team. You need those kind of players if you want to get deep in the playoff and to surround yourself with a great hockey player. So for me, I just want to mention to you, I would be really, really careful about the Montreal Canadiens, to be honest with you. So we'll be interesting what they're going to do.
It depends. It depends on the price, right? I agree with you, but if the price is very good for him, I think maybe we can see somebody like Pitlick that will assume that role in the future if they can get a good return for Lekonen right now. If that's the case, I think you have to at least kick the tires and see what you can get for him. Same thing with Toffoli. I would hate to see Toffoli go because I think he does bring a lot to the team. Speed. He brings obviously scoring, a certain level of driving to the net and knowing where to be at the right time. But if the return for him is very good, it's something you have to explore.
Yeah, we'll be interesting about that. Great comment about Yarmo, about him. You know what I mean? Yarmo, we talk about many scoring things, very maybe better luck, skill, he can score more. Yes. And then also, last year he have a big goal. Yes, one in OT, I believe. He had one, if I can recall it also. Yes, he had one in OT. Master is leaving, not a problem. We want to welcome Mr. Pierre Martin. He's in the house.
Welcome, Pierre.
And we have also Mr. Dixon, Automotive Group, now back home because he changed his name from Danny Ogilvy at Dixon. So welcome aboard. Thanks to join us, Mr. Dixon. You did not miss a lot.
Welcome, Dixon.
Honestly, we did not miss a lot overall about that. It will be interesting. So tonight is a game number 41, Mr. ENORTAP. So it's already out of the season for the Montreal Canadiens. Really, really a busy February after the All-Star game. They are back at home tonight. Then they play Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. 3 games and 4 nights. That will be the ritual for the next couple of weeks. They will play 3 games and 4 nights or 4 games and 6 nights because of the COVID situation. They have to catch up. So Anaheim Thursday, of course, Columbus, Edmonton this weekend. So another week to see that. And that's what happened. About you, welcome, Pierre. Mr. Daryl is in the house tonight.
Welcome, Daryl.
Yes, Daryl, we have some conversation. We talk about this. Maybe Chris Letang could be one of them. I think that's, the only one I don't see par Jérôme near Montreal over the wise. But I think the one he has, it may be Chris Letang about that. Talking about Montreal Canadiens, the reason I was talking also, a lot of rumor was talking about Emilie Castonguay. She would be interviewed by the Montreal Canadiens. And finally, we learned from a really good source. She'd never been interviewed by the Montreal Canadiens. She'd never be approached by the Montreal Canadiens. She never sent her CV or showed some interest from the Montreal Canadiens. Today, the Vancouver Canucks named the first woman as a hockey management, as assistant GM, Emilie Castonguay, 38 years old, get a job with the Vancouver Canucks as a GM. She'll be under the, of the Jim Rutherford. Very surprised me. She left the agents, hockey team, or hockey business to go that direction. We know she was ex-player in the NCAA with Niagara. She got her 4 years back over there. Then she went to McGill, I believe, for another, or University of Montreal for another 4 years. and then she become agent. She was the only woman to do that, honestly. And now she become the first one. That opened up door for other people to join this hockey business, management in hockey. She's the first one, but you're going to see other Chica or Chira, the sister of John Chica. Is it Chica for the Arizona Coyotes? Got fired or whatever, he left.
I'm not sure.
The analytic guy. Yeah. So anyway, you have a sister, and she's in charge about analytics. She runs the company called ST Atlantic, everything like that. She was the top 100 influence most person in the NHL. I would not be surprised she got a job at some point, and they open more door for the woman to become. And I said to you, the next 3-5 years, I expect a woman become a general manager in hockey at some point. Wickenheiser, that's another one we have to remember. Ellen Wickenheiser now, she's a or something like that. So that's what happened about this. Do you think the Lions will want to stay if they trade Gallagher? Yeah, I don't think so. Dixon have any report or anything. Whatever Gallagher's get trade, people will leave or not. Everybody is a business now, and it's not about because someone leave or the wife want to leave. That will be not much, honestly. This part again, for one thing, what I can remember from ENORTAP comments is about what they get in return. And coach is busy this week because the next 2 days I'm doing my report card on Montreal Canadiens ENORTAP after the season. Every quarter I make a report card. I'm going to make a comments about I'm upset with Dominic Charm. And then at the end of the week, I'm coming with trade bait with different players. Where is the 3 best location where Ben Chariot can go and what we can get in return. I'm going with Chariot, Toffoli, Gallagher, and I can go all the way. 5 players, 3 different direction, and what Montreal can get. And I'm going to see if I was right or wrong, where I could be wrong. And then also I'm going to make another trade bait in our tap. Where Kane is going, what the Edmonton is going to do, then you have Rangers, Colorado. So a couple of things like that, like the race of Jacob Chikran example. Who's going to win, like I mentioned. Yeah. I still believe Florida there's the destination for him about that one over there. Coach, do you play video game? Not allowed, Mr. Resico. It's because if we have 28 hours per day, I maybe play 2 hours. But that kind of video game I play online are different than what you think they are. It's all about analytic, what I'm doing. So I'm watching about 6-7 games per day, and then plus the highlights of each game, plus the goal. That's my video game. I always lose, but I'm still there. Coach, Leaf are going for ad until they are out of the 3 last place. Thank you so much, Danny. We appreciate it. I love your honesty, first of all, and the way you care about the Montreal Canadiens. But again, you can be that way. I can't wait. My dream is to see and to do all the game at Toronto Maple Leafs, first round at playoff time, and we're going to see what's going to happen, Danny. And you're going to see, I'm going to bring 50 people, fans Montreal Canadiens, in the chat all night long, jumping about your Fisher, your fish, and everything you're going to do on blue. Just kidding, buddy. But we'll be interesting to watch this part. That will be the only time we're going to be happy during the playoff is when they're going to eliminate Toronto Maple Leafs. But that's another story about that one over there. Some P in the house. Exactly, Sam P. That's a great lesson about that one. People always thinking, because some people have some source and the people thinking you're doing, sometimes it does not turn around that way over there. Here we go, Johnny. Goalie has 7 points on his first 6 games with Edmonton. Play tonight. He's doing well. Winnipeg Ice have a bad weekend, but goalie is going to perform over there. For sure. NFL, thank you so much, RG for the NFL. They need to keep Pitlick, coach. They cannot trade Likonen and Pitlick. One of the two have to go. Pitlick returning at home tonight. It'll be interesting how he's going to play. And what I'm doing tonight is how Dominic Schramm is going to run his line, again, the first line, like I said on my pregame show. And then how he's going to play Pitlick tonight. He started the third line. So he's going to be about 12, 13 minutes per game. How he going to get more minutes because he play against a team. By the way, Rand Pullen back at home. Rand Pullen play is University at St. Cloud and Minnesota State. So welcome back, Rand Pullen. I did not mention this at the
Coach, don't forget to
about that one over there.
If you're gonna do that, Coach, you don't forget to take your high blood pressure pills.
I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I think I have a new tank beside my office now. I'm plugged on it if something happening about that. Oh, Coach, I'm sure Montreal has a bad report card. Little bit different like the Toronto Maple Leaf, honestly. But I agree with you. What about John Gregor back in the house?
Welcome, John.
Coach, play Commodore 64.
Atari.
I don't play anymore, but I start to play Commodore 64 with what you call it, Pac-Man. That's what I start my first game alive in my life. It was Pac-Man. Then I played a stupid game tennis with a bar. Not a tennis, but hockey. One ball up and down, whatever it was. Like it was like crazy about that one there. And then there was my video game after that, and all the crazy 20.
Those old games are still in high demand today.
I know. I still play Pac-Man if you have a game Pac-Man.
Actually, Coach, it looked like your frame here.
Exactly.
We're on opposite sides.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I learned about that. That's how I did my overlay from that frame of the game about that one day. I knew the game was like all the something you have to move back and forth. You have to kill all the rocket, whatever it was, like, you know. And anyway, I broke a couple of machine video at the rink a couple of times.
I think it was called.
So yeah, about that one over there. Stella, welcome back, Stella. We forgot you. I know for 2 times I want to mention you about that. What about the Cookie Man back in the house? Everything is big in Texas. You can imagine how the cookie are big over there. One cookie can feed a family dessert after that. Only one in Texas. You can see that about that one. That look up, the Leaf Browns are moving up. I love that one over there. Here we go. Texans said we are lucky maybe to get 6 league playoff game. That's a good one. Coach, do you think the Kings have a big shot at getting Chikrin in Detroit? They have everything to the Kings to get him. Do they want him? I'm not sure. But if I was them, I would take him. But they are better positioned at the Florida Panthers. But the thing is going to get him. They are going to be great. You pay a little bit more, but you need a guy like him for sure. I'm punch the coach in a tap. I heard you want to draft someone. Collego Vision coach. Collego Vision. It's another one over there. You were standing, bro. My fault. RJ Kreider completely dropped tonight. Game against Edmonton Oilers, 5-1. Here we go. Thank you so much, Mr. RJ. No, I was not standing you. Darren, coach, I can see to Foley Anderson a price stay with Ab. Not sure if Allen wants to say Chariot and maybe Gelly leave. Everything you just mentioned to you, I can tell you one thing. Chariot be gone. For the rest, I'm not sure. But Chariot will be gone in the next couple of weeks. Everything will be settled down. I believe that will be over about that one over there. So we're supposed to do a lot of things, Mr. ENORTAP, but we did not do. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you to talk by yourself for the next 5 minutes before we go to prediction. You're going to mention to us your power ranking, the bottom and the top of the power ranking, and then the time I talk, I will bring the picture for you because I'm changing the screen, so I apologize for that one over there. Honestly, I don't have the picture yet, so I don't know why. What's going on with me? But the council is talking. Tell us what is your power ranking, bottom and the top.
Well, first of all, I just want to define the power rankings. In terms of the bottom 6 and also the top 5, it's just it was my opinion based on, I'd say, the last 10 to 14 days of action that we've seen the teams. So starting with number 32, I have Philadelphia there right now. I think Philadelphia is in a bit of a mess, well, big mess. as we know, they're going to be calling a State of the Union address there in Philadelphia to try to comfort the fans and see what their plans are going forward. But right now, given their 11-game losing streak and very few prospects, it's a very grim prospect, and their play has reflected that. In 31st, I had Seattle there. They've been playing some very close games, but in terms of their overall point assertion, it's been low. They've fallen to bottom spot there. When we look at number 30, I put Montreal there. I put them a step above last week's, simply because they've had 3 games in a row now where they've been on the road where it's tough for them to win, and yet they still collected a point out of Colorado and Vegas, and 2 points out of Dallas as well. So I think you're seeing a team that's getting a little bit healthier, and the results are reflecting that. In 29th, I have the Buffalo Sabres. The Sabres they, they've been struggling. A lot of goaltending issues there. They're a young team, even though now with Tuck in the lineup, they seem to have some more energy. They're in games, they have leads, and then they blow them. I think the future will be okay for them, but right now, that's where I have them. 28th, the Coyotes. I think that they've been in quite a few games recently, have been shocking teams. Whether they get points or not, that's a different issue. But they've been very, very competitive, and also their goaltending has been relatively decent. Like, they've kept them in games when they've been outshot by 20, 30 shots some nights. And in 27th, I had the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa, again, probably has the best youth of those teams right now, best prospects. I suspect that they'll start climbing next little while, because they're getting healthy and they're starting to play a lot more competitively. But given where they're at and what they did the last couple of weeks, I have them at 27th. And then the top 6, in 6th, I have St. Louis. I think that, given their troubles with injuries and players that have been on the protocol, this team has been rich in net, and then it's been very, very, very deep. The goaltending, Husso's really come on strong. Even though Bennington's their number 1, he's going to give them some valuable time to rest Bennington. 5th, coach already talked about this. Pittsburgh's been extremely hot lately. They find ways to play with you. If it's a high scoring game, if it's a low scoring game, they're with you all the way. They have some good physicality, and of course Jerry's been fantastic in net for them. 4th, I have the Tampa Bay Lightning. What can I say? They've been as advertised all year long. They're getting healthy as well. Vasilevsky's he hasn't had the shutouts he had last year by this time, but there's a number of games where he's allowed just 1 goal and really has kept the team in it, while others have picked up the slack as well. Number 3, of course, the high-powered Florida Panthers. I'd have them higher if their road record was a little bit stronger, but at home they're just unbeatable. Number 2, probably one of the most consistent teams in the league, has been Carolina. I know they had a blip here and there, but and New Jersey was that blip. But otherwise, they've Anderson has kept them in every game, and they've been solid. And of course, number 1, I mean, anytime you're scoring an average of 5 goals per game, and we're starting to see a different aspect. It's not just, well, they're scoring and nothing else is happening. Like, they're keeping the puck out of the net. The goaltending has been a pleasant surprise with Francouz now coming in and giving valuable minutes. The defense has been extraordinary. Like, at some point, we're going to put Taze in that conversation about the Norris as well. Like, they've had about 3 or 4 players on there that have been just solid. And of course, it's all driven by Makar. So for the last couple of weeks, this is what my rankings were. Oh, bonjour.
Oh, Mr. ENORTAP. Mr. ENORTAP.
Who is it? Danny?
That's Kelly.
Oh,
Ask you, where is Toronto in the list?
Number 7.
Oh, number 7, ladies and gentlemen. Kelly is number 7 for Toronto Maple Leafs. So I just want to be sure, because I feel like the chat's going to be jumping. All the fish and Orleans under the ice right now are dancing for Danny. But you are really courageous to put no Toronto in the top 6. Kelly, she said, I'm here. How about that one over there? That's pretty cool. Mr. ENORTAP, we have to jump right away. We're behind about that great bottom tops and bottom power ranking. Ross said a good call, ENORTAP. Here we go. On to see. You have some fans in that chat for sure about that. What we do, Mr. ENORTAP, at the beginning of the show, we always mention who are they. Really easy tonight. I try to capitalize, helping your people. So let's start in this one. Who the goaltender is. ENORTAP at the end, you are the survivor. Don't forget to click on the likes. And we're going to start the prediction after that. Look like nobody knows who this goaltender.
Maybe I put him to sleep. I don't know.
Yabu said Eddie Belford. One down. Ross said, and Jose Eduardo, both of them. And Ron Wicking said Luango. Both of them said Van Brinsbrook. All 4 with Roger are out.
Uh-oh.
And we have no time, Mr. ENORTAP.
I don't know. I thought it was Van Beesbrook as well, but I guess not.
Wow. I thought someone would dig it. But the monkey, you'd be here, we get it. He's still in NHL, the goaltender. Who do you think it is?
Oh, man.
Maxstrom.
Oh, okay.
Maxstrom start with the Florida Panthers. So it's Mr. Maxstrom in the ice. Next one, good luck.
Good luck.
Who is the second goaltender? Everybody's 0-1 so far. Kelly said Anderson. Oh, Kelly said Cam Ward. That's a good guess. But you're wrong. Danny said Frederick Anderson. Eddie Lack. Peters Bradchek. Oh, I like those names. People start the game some different name. I love it. Retire Roberto. RJ. Cam Ward. Can ENORTAP find a way to plug that one?
No, it looks so familiar though.
If one of you got that one, I will circle you. I will give you already a good answer prediction for tomorrow. But for tonight. But a Jean-Marc Pelletier.
I don't know.
Exactly. Me too. That's the reason I put him there. After nobody knows
you, sir.
about Jean-Marc Pelletier. So that's what the last one over there. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes I'll bet harder. This one was harder, Mr. ENORTAP. Here we go. Let's study what the people thinking they are. And I go from there. The 3-star of the week, by the way, Timo Meier, Ville Husso, and Chris Kreider. I want to share it with you. And we start right now, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, time to give me your prediction of the night.
And here we go, Coach. First game we talked about. We have Montreal traveling to Minnesota. The Wild will go for their third win in a row when they host Montreal. Minnesota's coming off of back-to-back wins over Chicago this weekend. They've won 5 of their past 6 games after going through that 5-game winless drought where they went 0-4-1. So they're going to try to keep that flow going tonight against Montreal, which just dropped 2 straight games themselves, but they were both in overtime, as we mentioned. The Canadiens lost 4-3 to Vegas on Thursday, and then they followed that up with that 3-2 loss to Colorado on Saturday. Montreal has notched at least 1 point in 3 straight games and 4 out of their past 5. But they're going to have to find some kind of way to really slow down the Minnesota's top talented line there of Zuccarello, Kaprizov, and Hartman. And even Kevin Fiala has also increased his production in the last few games. Kaprizov leads Minnesota in scoring with 47 points, followed by Zuccarello at 36, and Hartman ranks third with 32 points, all in 37 games. For Montreal, it's Nick Suzuki right now, who has 24 points in 40 games. Toffoli has 21 points, and Jonathan Drouin 20 as well. So we'll see what happens here. Dvorak ranks 4th with 16 points. So there's quite a drop-off after the top 2 or 3. Goaltending, I think we have Primo in net tonight. And I believe Talbot is been confirmed as well. So should be an interesting game, but I think Minnesota's too much for Montreal to handle. They're going to win this, in my opinion. I'm going to go with 5-2.
4-2. But we have Mr. ENORTAP 1, 2, 3, 4 people took Montreal tonight.
With Montreal. Yeah, because they're all ganging up on us. They don't want us to win that lottery and do the right thing. But that's okay. That's all right. Next, we have Las Vegas traveling to Washington. And after, I would say, a disappointing 8-game homestand that saw them just win 3 times, Vegas begins arguably one of their most daunting road trips of the season tonight against Ovechkin and the Capitals. Vegas takes a 3-point Pacific lead with them on this road trip. That includes games in Carolina, Florida, and Tampa. So it's going to be a tough road trip for sure. Together, the 4 teams are a combined 60, 16, and 9 on home ice. So that's what they have facing them. The Golden Knights, who are 11-5 on the road this year, so their road record is a little bit better than their home record. Also, Vegas has surprisingly struggled this year at home, as we mentioned. They're compiling just a 13-10-2 mark. So that's one area of concern that they have to address in a hurry. Tough Pacific Division, where the top 7 teams are separated just by 10 points right now, including just 6 points between the top 4 teams in that division. Pacioretty and Martinez will also make the trip and are expected actually to rejoin the team at some point. Stone still remains in protocol, so they're still dealing with issues there with their top players. The Capitals, who have struggled so far in 2022, going just 3-4-2 in their last 9 games. Um, and that includes that 3-2 overtime victory over Ottawa on Saturday as well. So I'm going to take. I'm going to go with Vegas on this one. I think that they want to make sure of the games that they have ahead of them. This is the one that they get their 2 points. So I'm going to take them to win 4-3.
Which team?
I can take. Uh, I'm going to change. I'm going to go. Sorry, I'm going to go with Washington. I had said Vegas, but I'm. It's a tough one to gauge. I just think if Vegas is going to get a couple of points, this is where they should get it because they're going to have a hard
We
time
are
with
pretty
the.
even in our tap in the chat. We are 5-5 so far. 6-5.
Oh, really?
It's pretty,
Yeah,
you know what
it's
I mean?
gonna be.
Like, I think this game could be the one way to under the way.
Yeah, I'll stick with Washington. I guess 4-3. My gut says Vegas, but I'm going to go with Washington. And
Awesome,
coach.
YT. Thanks so much, YT, about that. Thanks for everybody. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. That'll be awesome. And go ahead.
Next, we have LA traveling to the Rangers. Nearly 2 years ago, if you recall, Chris Kreider was a candidate to be traded before eventually signing that 7-year contract extension, and people were saying, "Oh, that's crazy," but look at what he's been doing. Kreider is tied with Ovechkin for the league lead in goals at 29. He pulled into a tie with Ovechkin on Saturday with that goal. He has 8 goals during the longest goals scoring streak of his career, and his 29 tallies are one more than his previous career high, which was I think it was 2016 or 2017. New York is 8-3-0 in its past 11 contests, but the last 2 wins required comebacks. On Wednesday, they faced a 2-goal deficit before finally winning 6-3 over the Leafs. The LA opposed the Rangers the last time Kreider did not score when it was outshot 39-23 in that 3-1 win. I think it was back in I can't remember the date, to be honest. LA's 5-1 in their past 6 meetings, and is making its first visit to New York since 2020. So I'm gonna go with give me the Rangers in this one, Coach. 3-1.
We're good so far. Dallas,
Okay.
Philadelphia.
Dallas and Philly. Okay, great. So the Flyers will look to snap, as we said, that 11 game losing streak when they take on Dallas tonight. The Flyers have dropped 10 in a row from somewhere mid November to December 8th. Philadelphia's 11th straight defeat, a 6-3 loss Saturday on the road against Buffalo, was especially distressing for them. That's because the Sabres had lost 9 consecutive games at home and then exploded for 6 goals in that game. Um, I don't know. The Flyers have sort of been. I know they've been besieged with injuries and COVID issues. Notably, guys like Couturier and Ryan Ellis, Farabee as well. But you know what? Every team has been in a similar situation at one point or another, so they can't hang their hat on that. There's much bigger issues at play in Philadelphia right now, and they're going to have to somehow address that over next at least next couple of years. I think the Stars will be searching for their third straight victory when they play Philadelphia, having recently defeated the Red Wings 5-4 in overtime. They're 2-0 on this 4-game road trip, but the wins really I don't know. They haven't been pretty. Dallas is still what Dallas is. They're a very unpredictable team. They play much better at home than they do on the road. Um, Dallas had lost 7 in a row on the road before this stretch, and it's compiled only 6 road victories all season long. So that's a big area of concern for them as well. Uh, they seem to have tightened things up a little bit defensively, and they have some secondary scoring that's come into play as well. So I think Philadelphia's woes will continue today. I'm gonna take Dallas to win this one, 5-2.
5-2. We just heard
Yeah,
from Quick is not Quick. Quick is the goaltender tonight, but Yamo said Lankinen is out for 2 or 3 weeks for the Chicago.
Lankinen. Yeah, yeah. So that might affect what Chicago does or doesn't do with
Yeah.
Fleury as well. Next we have Anaheim and Boston. The Ducks are getting close to being healthy again. They're expected to have Troy Terry and also Cam Fowler back when they open up a 5 game trip tonight. Terry, I think, missed about 4 games, I want to say, and uh, and Fowler the past 3 while they were in that protocol situation. Um, Anaheim will also get Adam Enrique back in the lineup after he's missed 18 games with that lower body injury. Enrique's on the road trip and he skated with the team actually on Sunday. Manson and Stolarts are still in protocol, though, at least as of Sunday. I haven't heard anything new today. The Bruins, they kind of breathed a sigh of relief when their leading scorer, Marchand, uh, came back quickly from that injury. It looked like it could have been a lot more serious, but he came back, and really he's the engine for that team. He leads the Bruins in goals at 20 and assists at 24, as well as points at 44. But he's not the hottest player for the Bruins in January, though, right? Ever since Pasternak moved off that first line and has been playing with Taylor Hall, he has 11 goals in 12 games. So that's good to see that they were able to wake up Taylor Hall and Pasternak as well. The Ducks will try to counter Boston's offensive skill with going with Gibson in net tonight, who played one of his best games of the season against the Lightning on Friday, and made 32 saves in that game. Gibson's also the main reason that the Ducks have this third best penalty kill on the in the league. It's currently, I think, at 86%. He's like having an extra defenseman out there. He handles the puck well and is quick to move it up the ice, especially when they're killing those penalties. But again, I think this will be another close game, but I think Boston will prevail in the end, 3-2.
Okay. By the way, Kelly and Ron King have 9-2 Saturday night, from what they told me.
That's awesome. Next, we have St. Louis traveling to Calgary. So, despite having only one win in their past 6 games, with the latest defeat 5-3 Saturday against the Edmonton Oilers, the Flames kind of feel content with the way they've been playing. It's just that they need to obviously work harder and tighten up defensively. Like it sounds odd saying that given it's Sutter's team, but that's kind of what's been leading them off course lately. Um, the Flames certainly have the opportunity to right the ship tonight. They're playing a St. Louis team who played a very late game in Vancouver last night. The Flames played 4 games in 6 days and 6 games in 10 days before the All Star break. So this stretch will really dictate what happens with Calgary in terms of pursuing a playoff spot or not. The Blues, they arrive on a roll that has sent them up the standings with that 3-1 victory over Vancouver on Sunday. They're riding a 3-game winning streak, boasting 6 victories in their last 7 outings, and they're on a 13-3-1 run as they reached the season's midway point. So I'm going to go with Calgary simply because St. Louis has had to travel and they're on a back-to-back. So I think Calgary wins this 3-2.
Sweet.
And finally, we have Chicago traveling to Colorado. The Avalanche are rolling, as we said, winning 6 straight and 15 in a row at home. But it hasn't been really a dominating stretch, believe it or not. It's in Colorado's last 3 home wins. They've had to go to a shootout to win those, including the one against Montreal on Saturday. The Avalanche have what it appears to be, um, a winnable game here and a chance to extend their home winning streak to 16. But we'll see. Chicago, you can. It's hard to tell from time to time. Fleury really does keep them in the games, and if their top guys, DeBrincat and Kane, start producing, they're going to be it's going to be one of those high scoring games. The Blackhawks are coming off of back-to-back losses against Minnesota, and now they're dealing with some injuries. Seth Jones is on injured reserve. The possibility some players could be on the move before trade deadline really depend on Chicago's fate over the next couple of weeks or 3 weeks, anyways. But I think Colorado just has too much firepower, Coach. I'm going to take them to get their average of 5 goals against Chicago's 2.
Awesome. That's good thing. Thank you, Whitey. Very good so far. We have a couple of people to Kirill Kaprizov tonight, Robinson, everything like that. At the end, we do always the fantasy where currently I'm behind for 20 points. That's something to remember. At the All-Star game, I'm going to be behind. At the end of the season, I'll be on the front. That's another story we can talk a little bit later. And we go. So that's what you are right now on this.
So you picked first. So
yeah,
I give us your team first, or okay, I'll give you my
those
team.
for me, everything like that. So it's going to be Colorado, Makar, Fox, McKinnon, Ratanen, and Kelly said Kaprizov. I have to listening, Kelly. I go with Kaprizov.
Okay, and I went with Minnesota, and then defensemen Heiskanen and Carlson. And then my forwards, I'm going to go with Zuccarello, Robertson, and Pavelski from Dallas.
Awesome. One thing I want to mention to you: do you know how many points has Heiskanen for the last 23 game?
2.
It's really low.
2, I think. That's why I took him.
I think it's 4, but I was shocked when I see that. That stat over there. I did not want because you took it. It's just like I got this Friday, so I was like, wow, only 4. That's impressive. Like crazy about that over there. We have a lot of people get those
breakout.
Like people get the players of the night. So I'm going to give this to you guys. I would take the note, each one of you, like Richard played this. Pierre Martin said 4-3 Colorado, ça change. If I can change, Blues 5-2. This is Pierre Martin. Pierre Martin. Oh, 5-2. I got it. And he said Colorado 4-3. I got it. That's awesome. At the end of the show, it's the time for the penalty shot. it's another new, a new, a new, a new game for you, Mister. You opening this show with a face-off, and then you finish with a penalty shot at the end, like a shootout. So at the end of the shootout, we want to ask you what pay your attention or what you're looking for tonight.
For tonight, I'm looking for I think a great game out of Calgary and St. Louis, as well as Vegas and Washington. I think those are my two look fors. It'll be interesting to see whether Philadelphia also continues that dreadful streak. That those are the key areas for me.
Yeah, I think it's a too hard game to pick, right, first of all. But I think for me, some team inside that play tonight are really, really important for the standing. So for me, like Dallas cannot lose. Example, right? Calgary cannot lose those games because they want to stay in the race, everything like that. Those kind of the team for me that is really important about that one over there. And so that's what I'm looking for. But I think Calgary St. will be a great game to watch for sure. The Washington Vegas two teams right now. Vegas are number one, but on the winning percentage a little bit lower. And the Washington feel pressure now with the Pittsburgh and their back and maybe past them. So really interesting about that. I think overall that's pretty good about that one over there. So it'll be interesting. A lot of game tonight. Montreal back on the ice, 8 o'clock p.m. The Hockey National Show will be here. We want to thank each one of you guys to participate. If you do not click on the likes, that'd be great. We are at 29, Mr. ENORTAP. Want to reach 30 likes, that'd be awesome. If one of you forget to that once, that'd be great if you do it. But at the end of the show, we always remember.
You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Thank you so much, everybody. We wish the best of you team play tonight. Otherwise, we wish you an amazing, great night. If we don't see you tonight, of course, Mr. ENORTAP, always a pleasure having you aboard as a collaborator, insider. Another great job of you. Until then, we wish you, everybody, of course, be well, be healthy, and find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate your year. 2022. Have an amazing, great night, Mr. ENORTAP, and everybody.
Good night, Coach. Good night. Happy New Year.
Thank you so much.
What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? I need to open my eyes and get a touch of that reality. Don't want another surprise. I'd rather want you to just let me be. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know?